The number one scam in North Carolina, according to AARP, is identity theft, and that's followed closely by imposter scams, and we're looking at being 14th in total fraud numbers. No matter who you are, scammers are out to get your money, and you need to know the warning signs. So Kathleen Stokes is the AARP Director of Fraud Prevention Programs. She's our expert today to answer your questions that you have on scams and fraud. So here is how you get your question to our expert. You text us that question. That number is 336-379-5775. Again, 336-379-5775. And remember, this is text only, so please don't call, but we would like to make sure that we get your question answered in real time. All right, Kathleen, first and foremost, let's just start off with an overview of those top scams in North Carolina.
Well, the runaway favorite, I'm sorry to say, is identity theft. And, it's consistent across the entire country. We're looking at the year 2020, and identity theft was higher than it's ever been. And there are kind of two things. There's identity theft, and that means your data have been taken, compromised in some way. And then it's identity fraud when somebody actually uses that data. So not sure how that breaks out in that data point there, but a lot of it is going on in North Carolina.
Okay. And so impersonator scams is one of the ways that they are often getting our information. So when we say an impersonator scam, it kind of runs the gamut, gives them like some ideas about how those impersonator scams may play out.
Sure. So an impersonator scam, imposter scam, is basically somebody pretending to be somebody that they're not. It could be a phone call that says, the person says, I'm with the Social Security Administration. There is a major problem with your account. A crime was involved using your Social Security number. Press 1 immediately to rectify the situation. That's someone pretending, impersonating the Social Security Administration. Lots of government agencies are impersonated. The Internal Revenue Service, the Federal Trade Commission, your local courts. And then on the business side, it can be someone pretending to be Amazon and sending you an email saying, please click this link. We think there's a problem with your account, and the link takes you to a place where you input information and it's immediately stolen from you. So the bottom line is, no matter how they do it or who they say they are, they're pretending to be somebody they're not.
All right, and the one that really gets me is called the, grandchild or grandparent scam. And this is when they actually call on the phone and they say, hey, it's your grandchild and I'm in trouble.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we know that scammers are really good at one thing, and that's getting us into a heightened emotional state, and that's what they call the ether. And once we're there, it's really hard to access our logical thinking processes. So when you get a call, and maybe it's in the middle of the night or early in the morning, and you're hearing someone who sounds like your grandchild, claiming to be your grandchild, saying, Grandma, I'm in real trouble. I need your help right away. You're right there into that heightened emotional state, and almost anything that person says you're going to do to protect the grandchild.
Mm-hmm. And so, one of the things that we tell people to do is, all right, ask them some questions that only they would know, or only someone in their family would know. And before you ever give any kind of money, call another family member and say, hey, have you heard from so-and-so?
Yeah, and I'll tell you, it would be really hard if you're in that heightened emotional state to think of something to ask them to prove it's them. I'm here to say 99.99% of the time, it's going to be a scam. So hang up and try to reach your grandchild or someone who would know where your grandchild is to verify that they're okay.
Mm-hmm. All right, one of the biggest things that we talk about when it comes to frauds and scams are gift cards. The scammers always want you to use a gift card, a refillable gift card, an AT&T gift card, an Apple gift card. Why do they use gift cards?
Well, it kind of is hard to understand how it works, but it does. That someone can call you on the phone, convince you there's someone they're not, and say, you have this debt, and the best way to do it is go down to the store, buy a gift card, and give me the numbers off the back. Sounds like completely implausible, but again, heightened emotional state. They may call it an electronic voucher, and they'll say, go down to the store, put this much money on this specific card, and read me the numbers. And then they can immediately drain the money off of that card. It's easy for them. It's virtually untraceable. They're keeping money outside of the US banking system, which is where they would get caught if they were moving lots of money back and forth. So it has become among the top 3 forms of payment in scams today.
Because they're not taking it out of your bank account. You took your own money out of your bank account. It's on a gift card, and that number is just used. So if for some reason you do get into a situation where you have bought this gift card and you've used it and given the numbers on the back, what can you do?
Well, unfortunately, probably not a lot. You definitely need to report it to the police. But the first step I would take would be go right back to that retailer and say, hey, this is what just happened. Help me. And see if they can find out if there's still money on that card. If the retailer can't help you, talk to the issuer of the card, find out if there's any money left on that card and get it back. Unfortunately, they take the money off pretty quickly. So there's not a whole lot you can do, but always when you're buying a gift card, keep the receipt. One of the other problems we see with gift cards is buying a gift card, giving it to someone, and then finding there's no value on it. And that's often because a card has been manipulated on the rack. And so you definitely want to have the receipt to try to prove that you did put money on it.
Yeah, I like to be able to ask the person behind the cash register, I want that gift card back over there. I don't want one that people have been rifling through. But anytime someone tells you they want you to pay something with a gift card, that's when you need to stop, and you need to stop what you're doing. You need to call somebody else and say, is this sounding right? Because 9 times out of 10, they're going to tell you this is not sounding right. All right, we want you to continue to text your questions to Kathleen. The number is 336-379-5775. We'll be right back.